Hello, 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 everyone out there in Bookland. Today we are going to read another story. Isn't that great? So today we're going to read My Special Field Trip by yours truly, Jureesa McBride, aka J.L. McBride, author and illustrated. So let's see what this book has to offer today. Aren't you excited? Howard, come get your breakfast, Howard's mom yelled. Howard was just turning over from a good night's rest. He quickly jumped out of bed and ran out of the room. He zoomed straight to the bathroom. Howard quickly washed his face and brushed his teeth. He was so excited about the day he had ahead of him. When Howard made it into the kitchen, all of his siblings were already eating at the table. This time, Howard was late for their family breakfast. "Howard, what took you so long?" his brother Evans asked. "I had the best dream about the field trip we're taking on today," Howard said. "Well, thank goodness you made it in time to eat before the school bus arrived," his mom said calmly. As soon as Howard started enjoying his breakfast, it was time to go. They picked up their books and ran to the bus. Howard loved his entire family. He lived in a small town called Hermanville, Mississippi. Everyone knew each other there, and all of the children would meet up at the same bus stop to go to school. Howard was filled with so much excitement about his day as they approached school. When they arrived, Howard jumped off the bus and ran quickly to his class. "No running," yelled a teacher on bus duty. "Good morning, class," said his teacher, Mrs. Warren. "Good morning, Mrs. Warren," the class said in unison. "Today, we will take our field trip to Hines Community College, and we will learn about different careers that you may be interested in when you grow up," she said. Howard had no idea what he was about to see or learn on this field trip, but he knew that it was going to be absolutely special. As the class prepared, they all lined up and began walking to the bus. "Mrs. Warren," he said. "Yes, Howard," she said softly. "What are some of the careers they offer at Hines Community College?" he asked. Mrs. Warren looked at Howard with a smile and said, "I am so glad that you asked, because they offer careers in nursing, barbering, welding, and much more," she explained. "What is a welder?" Howard asked Mrs. Warren. And Mrs. Warren looked at Howard and said, "Once we get there, you will have lots of opportunities to ask more questions, especially about welders. Today is special, and you will know exactly when to ask your question." "Thanks, Mrs. Warren, and I will do just that," Howard smiled and said. As the bus parked in front of Hines Community College, all of the children became super excited about their special field trip. Once off the bus, one by one, they gathered around to listen to their tour guide for the trip. The tour guide greeted all the students with a big smile and wave. "Hello, everyone. Today we are going to show all of you our amazing campus and the career fields that we offer," the tour guide said. It was amazing how all of the students were excited about culinary arts and barbering as they walked from building to building. There were some students even excited about nursing. Nursing made Howard think about his cousin LaQuinta, who was back in school to become a registered nurse. She was already a great LPN, but it still didn't seem to thrill him as much. As they continued walking, he heard the tour guide mention that the next stop was into the shop where the welders worked. Howard's eyes began to widen from excitement. When they walked through the door, they saw sparks flying and heard lots of different sounds. "Oh, wow, so cool!" Howard shouted. All of the students were looking around and they were elated too. Howard looked around and he spotted a man with a tool in his hand that sparked every time he touched the iron pole. The tour guide walked up to Howard once she saw his curiosity. "Hi there, would you like to ask the welder any questions?" she said. "Oh yes, I would love to," he shouted. As Howard approached the welder, he began examining his uniform. He had on a full work suit that protected him from the sparks, a pair of boots, and a big helmet. "Excuse me, sir," Howard said. "Hey there, little buddy. What can I do for you?" the welder said. "I would like to know more about what a welder does," Howard said. The welder could see how interested Howard was in his profession. "Well, little buddy, a welder is a person that joins metal parts together with extreme heat. Welders work in many different places and are needed in many companies, both big and small," said the welder. Howard was thrilled about what the welder had told him. He thought about the important job that he had. When Howard made it home, he told his family about his special field trip. He knew at that moment what he wanted to become when he grew up. As the years went by, Howard worked really hard throughout high school, and he never forgot about his field trip in middle school. He had a plan after graduation, and he was going to be sure to follow through with it. After graduating from high school, Howard decided to enroll at Hines Community College in Utica, Mississippi. This was the same school he had visited on his special field trip as a little boy. He studied really hard and listened to all of his instructors. Howard enjoyed being in the shop welding things together with the other students. Howard still became really excited each day he went to school. He soon completed the welding program and prepared for graduation. Howard followed his dreams and became a welder. As a welder, Howard had many important jobs. He was actually one of the welders that helped to build the Mississippi River Bridge that connects Vicksburg, Mississippi to Louisiana. As a matter of fact, many people travel that bridge every day. Howard loved every part of his job. He was always reminded of the special field trip that Mrs. Warren took him on as a little boy, because that trip changed his life and sparked a huge interest in him. Howard knows that if he can become a welder, you can too. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. My special field trip. You can find it on Amazon.com, and you can also find it on my Facebook page. You can follow me on my Facebook page, Jureesa McBride. See you guys later, and happy reading.